I'm interviewing now Alan Maurice, who is the treasurer of MCC in Sydney. Quite an important position and presumably quite time-consuming. I think we're going to hear very shortly about just how time-consuming and what sort of activities Alan does get involved in. Hi Alan, how are you?
Hi, I'm very well, thank you.
Good. Tell me a little bit about yourself first of all. The first time I think I saw you in MCC Sydney with your partner, you had your two gorgeous boys with you as well, your two children. Do you bring them to the church very often?
I do, actually. I have managed to work out a really good relationship with my ex-wife, and I have the children that stay with us every 2 weeks. And so every second weekend they come to church with us, and they've been doing that now for the last 5 odd years.
I guess it provides quite a nice family atmosphere for some people who perhaps don't normally have too many children around them.
It does. It sort of reinforces for us the little family role that we have, and we have been told on many occasions what a great feeling it brings to other people when they come to church.
Now MCC Sydney has been in existence for, I understand, about 25 years. I've been here for a fraction of that time. How long have you been a member?
I think we have been members since about 95, so it's about 5 or 6 years.
Okay. Now as you've been a treasurer for quite a while, I understand.
I think about 3 years.
Okay. Is that quite a challenging position for you?
Getting more and more. It tends to be difficult because I like my social life. I have children, I work, and I tend to do a few other things, and so it becomes a bit of a challenge, but mostly it's enjoyable. I enjoy what I'm doing. I think it's a good cause.
As treasurer, presumably you're in charge very much for the fundraising activities, at least, to
Yes.
bankroll the church to a point so that it survives from year to year. In which case that means that you are involved particularly with a lot of the social activities. Can you just enlighten us briefly as to what sort of social activities the MCC does perform?
Yeah, we've come a fair way. We used to just do the odd dinner. We now try to do between, I guess, 6 and 8 dinners a year, and they're usually themed dinners, some kinds, Indian nights or whatever. And we've moved on to trivia nights, which raise a lot of money for us, and we've this will be our second one coming up in a couple of weeks, in a week, and it's a large fundraiser, and it's great to see the support of the local community who've donated a lot of gifts and prizes and things for us. Other fundraising things, we've done things like run coffee shops. There's bowling activities that people get involved in. I can't bowl. And I guess that's basically it socially, and we go out like for dinners and things, but that's not so much fundraising.
Okay. Now one of the more exciting perhaps and probably more exposed activities that you're going to be involved with certainly in the year 2000, something which I was involved in last year, which I'm not sure was to a success or not, is the production of the Mardi Gras MCC float.
Yeah.
One of probably about 200 floats which stroll up into, well not stroll, but ride up Oxford Street to 700,000 spectators. What are your views on that? Is that a good exposure for MCC, for example?
I think it's great. I enjoy the exposure myself because I'm usually on it. But it's a great way to show the world that we are such a diverse community, and that you can be gay and Christian, and we have had people come to church as a result of watching us in the parade. We tend to want to limit our theme to being Christian and being gay, so there's not very much different that you can do. And this year will be a challenge because we are looking at going to our new church, and we need to raise a lot of money for that, and that might encourage new ideas about pushing this idea that we now need a new building, a new home.
You talk about the new church, and I think it's a very exciting thing that's going to happen in the millennium. With us moving to a new church, and you're the treasurer, so it probably affects you more than anybody, as much as I can understand. How do you see MCC being in existence, say 5 years' time? Where do you see MCC in Sydney, for example?
It's exciting for most people in the church. Not so exciting for me because I'm out there, trying to make the dollars work and see how I can stop our two pastors from spending. But I'm hoping and I'm building my faith. I think at 5 years MCC will be quite a beacon within the community, and we want to try and incorporate a lot of the programs that are either being done individually or not being done at all to help the gay, lesbian, bisexual and transgender community, from aged care to youth suicide and homelessness and education. I think if we can pull that off, we will be a major influence.
And this time I'm interviewing Shelagh Zincke, the Reverend Shelagh Zincke, who is the Associate Pastor at MCC Sydney. Shelagh, welcome to this video, and
Geoff, it's lovely to be with you.
perhaps you could tell us a little about how you first came to be involved with MCC Sydney.
Yes, I came here back in 1992. I was invited to come with a friend. We were both seeking a spiritual home that we could find a sense of belonging. And from that moment forward, I've never looked back.
Right. Now, you weren't born in Australia. That's a most wonderful Irish accent.
Oh, thank
Can you tell us how you came to be in Australia?
Yes, I came out here in 1981. It was always a dream of mine to come out here. I think it was inspired by the movie Skippy. That's what I tell people anyhow. And so I came out here in 1981. I settled in North Queensland initially. And in 1985, I moved to Sydney. I was looking to get lost in the big city following a relationship that wasn't going all that well in North Queensland. And it's been a wonderful experience. I wish I had come sooner.
And tell me, at what stage did you decide to train for the MCC ministry?
That was in 384. Whilst I, as a lesbian person, had felt alienated from mainstream churches, I still kept my belief and my relationship with God. And after many years of searching, having found MCC, the question niggled in my brain about what it was that God was intending for my life. I had spent about 23 years in nursing, and I had lost a sense of purpose. I had always felt somehow that I was being called by God to do something special with my life. And when I went away on a retreat down around Mittagong, I spent a weekend in prayer and meditation, and out of that came a still small voice, a feeling that perhaps ministry might be what I was being called to. I didn't like that call very much, and I battled with that for about 2 years until I decided that if this is what God was wanting me to do, that I'd give it a go and see where it led.
And what are the good things about being a pastor at MCC?
So many. I have meaning and purpose to life. It's a wonderful opportunity to reach out and to give back to people and to God that which I have received in many blessings. To be a part of making a difference in people's lives. I think as a lesbian and Christian that our stories that we share are also similar, and if I can just help one person to know and believe that God loves them, then it's worth it.